Good morning, everyone. My name is Nur Alia Natasha. Today, I will presenting about the introduction of contiguous board pile wall. Contiguous board pile wall is a type of retaining wall system used to support soil during deep excavations. It is constructed by installing a series of reinforced concrete board piles with small gaps between them. These piles are placed close together so they act as a continuous wall that retains the surrounding soil. This retaining system is commonly used in urban construction projects where space is limited, and it is important to protect nearby buildings, roads, and underground utilities. Compared Compared to other retaining systems, contiguous board pile walls produce less noise and vibration during construction, making them suitable for boot-up areas. The installation process is similar to that of standard board piles. For example, these contiguous board pile walls commonly used for basement construction and other deep excavation. Next, I will explain the purpose and function of contiguous board pile walls. The first function is to control ground movement and groundwater ingress. During deep excavation, the wall helps prevent the surrounding soil from collapsing or shifting into the excavation area. It also reduces groundwater entering the site, although it is not completely waterproof because there are small gaps between the piles. The second function is to protect nearby buildings and structures. By limiting soil movement, the wall reduces the risk of settlement or damage to nearby roads, buildings, and underground utilities. This is especially important in crowded urban areas. Another function is flood defense. In some projects, contiguous board pile walls are used to strengthen riverbanks or protect excavation sites from water, helping to reduce the risk of flooding and soil erosion. Finally, it helps minimize bulk excavation. Since the wall supports the surrounding soil during excavation, less earth needs to be removed or temporarily supported. This makes construction safer, faster, and more efficient.
Hi, my name is Nurul Izzah binti Jalani and I will be presenting about the method of construction for contiguous board pile (CBP wall). This method is commonly used for deep excavation and basement construction to provide strong earth retaining support. I will explain the process step by step from site setting out until excavation works. Step 1. Site setting out. First, the site is prepared and the wall alignment is marked according to the design drawings. Surveying equipment is used to ensure accurate positioning of each pile. Step 2. Drilling or boring. Next, a rotary drilling rig is used to drill holes into the ground. These boreholes are construction to the required depth and diameter based on the design specifications. Step 3. Temporary casing. Then a steel casing is inserted into the unstable soil conditions. This is to prevent the sides of borehole from collapsing during the drilling works. Step 4. Reinforcement cache installation. After that, a reinforcement cache is lowered into the borehole. This steel cache provides structural strength and helps the pile resist lateral earth pressure and bending force. Step 5. Concreting Creamy method. Next, a slump concrete is poured into the borehole using the Trimi method. This ensures continuous flow from bottom to top and prevents segregation of the concrete. Step 6. Contiguous pile formation. Then, piles are constructed closely with small gaps between each pile. These gaps improve stability and can reduce water seepage depending on the soil conditions. Step 7. Ring beam construction. After pile installation, a reinforced concrete ring beam is construction at the top. This connects all piles together and increases the overall structural stability. Step 8. Excavation works. Finally, excavation is carried out inside the CBP wall to the required depth. The wall acts as a retaining structure to support soil and preventing collapse during basement construction.
Let's move into the advantages of this piling method. First, we have no material wastage because we can cast the pile to the exact length required directly on site, and it completely eliminates the extra step and waste of cutting down pile heads after installation. Second, this approach significantly reduces ground movement. It keeps the surrounding soil stable during installation, which heavily cuts down the risk of structural damage to nearby buildings, adjacent roads, and critical underground utilities. Finally, lighter reinforcement is required. Since these piles are cast in place rather than manufactured at a plant and transported, they don't undergo any handling or driving stresses. This means we can use less in reinforcement steel overall. Now, let's look at the disadvantages of this piling method. First, there is a risk of structural void and honeycombing. Because the concrete is poured underground, internal voids or honeycomb defects can easily form out of sight. If left unaddressed, these flaws can compromise the structural integrity and potentially lead to a structural failure of the pipe.
Hello everyone. So I will be continuing the presentation about the disadvantage of contiguous board pile walls. Second one, water seepage. Small gaps between piles allow groundwater to seep into excavation. This often requires extra sealing measures such as grouting or shotcrete to maintain stability. Lastly, construction disturbance. Finally, heavy drilling equipment can cause disturbance to nearby communities and buildings, which needs careful planning and mitigation. So, in conclusion, contiguous board pile walls remain a practical and cost-effective solution for basement construction. They provide reliable soil retention and structural support. However, success depends on careful management of water seepage and minimizing construction disturbance. With proper planning, these walls can deliver both safety and efficiency in challenging ground conditions. Thank you. That's all.